welcome, Mr. Nachtwey. I appreciate you coming to our campus and talking to me for a few minutes about your photography and about your work. My first question is just, how did you get involved in photography and how has it led you to what you're doing now?
I was influenced by the work being done by the photographers in the war in Vietnam and also the American Civil Rights Movement. And it had a very powerful effect on me as well as our nation. And when I decided what to do with my life, it seemed like something worthwhile. I've dealt with a lot of tragedies in contemporary history. Certainly the genocide in Rwanda was one of the most extraordinary events I'd ever witnessed. The fact that that number of people, close to 1 million, were killed in the space of 90 days by their own countrymen using farm implements as weapons was an extraordinary fact.
What was it like for you to be in New York and doing the 9/11 attacks? I understand you were doing some photos there.
Yeah, I lived not far from where the World Trade Center was, and I saw it from my window. And in the morning, I got back to New York from France about 11:30 the night before. Looked out my window in the morning and saw what was happening and ran over there. Took me about 10 minutes to get there. I spent the entire day there. When the second tower fell, I was standing directly under it and escaped by some miracle and spent the rest of the day down in ground zero.
Was that any different for you than the stuff that you do overseas, and with it being, really close to your, where you've been living and, in your home country? Well,
I understood that my feelings for the people who perished was no different than my feelings for people anywhere else in the world, and I understood that my feelings about that are not determined by my nationality. I was used to working in situations of violence and chaos. I knew very well how to handle myself. I'm very used to going towards a place where everyone else is fleeing. But the fact that it was in my own country, in my own city, really in my own neighborhood, I think maybe increased the level of anger I felt.
What is kind of your goal when you are taking these photos? What do you hope to accomplish? And what, if you're trying to inspire other people, what do you then want them to go out and do?
Photography has a unique power to add a human element to stories which can be abstract or ideological or monumental in global impact, and humanize them. Photography can give a voice to people who otherwise wouldn't have a voice. And I think that's a very valuable tool for awareness, is that we can understand things intellectually, we can understand them from a political and ideological point of view, but we really need to understand them from a human point of view as well.
And how has your career path shaped your life and vice versa?
I hardly remember the person I used to be. It was, I think that the effect of witnessing so many tragedies and so much of the horrific man's inhumanity to man that I have witnessed, it's, changed me. And I think it's a burden you have to carry. It's nothing you ever forget. And it shows you the worst that's in humanity, but it also shows you the best that's in humanity. And that's what keeps me going, because that's what I believe in.